Yes, in this video we are discussing about the second lab program, DA lab, which is staff information. So it's basically depending on the inheritance concept. Let us see the program what you have in that. We use the gedit. So I have 2a.java. So this is about the program. So it contains mainly the for loops. The logic here is we need to create a class of main, which is called staff, which is the main class here. So this is staff class through which we'll inherit different other subclasses, maybe technical staff and teaching staff and contract staff. There are different types of subclasses we extend from the main class called staff. So what is the contents? The staff class here is it contains staff ID, the phone number, and a name, and also salary. Of course, they will be having some different data types. You can see here is int for staff ID and phone, string for name, and double for salary. And we are making public of all those things. This is we are using one constructor here. This is called constructor. So it is having the same name that of the class. The function name, if it is having the same name as of the class, it is called constructor, through which we are going to initialize the class object. Here is the staff, which is the class. We are going to initialize with these values: ID, PH, and the E name and salary with respect to the data types. This is about the main class, and we have the subclasses. One is teaching. So of course it is extending from the staff because it inherits some properties of staff class we already defined here. So what are the properties it is taking from the staff class is, say here is supporting as is extending many properties like ID, phone number, e-name, and salary. These four properties are inheriting from the main class. That's why we are extending from staff. And at the same time we should also have its own properties along with these extended properties. What are those two? So here there is some domain and publications. These are the properties which are only belonging to teaching staff. The same way we will be having the properties for technical staff here. You have technical class again, which is extending from staff class. So what is the additional property you are having in technical staff is skills, and the data type for that is a string. So and it's extending the ID, phone number, name, and as well as the salary from the main class. And the next class is contract. So this contract is also having its own property called period. So apart from this period, it is also extending the same ID, phone number, e-name, and salary from the main class staff. So this is about the class distribution, and you have one more class here is called main program. See, in the previous programs, 1A and 1B, we don't have many classes as such. There is only single class in which we added the main program, then we would have executed it. But here in this case there are multiple classes, and we need to identify in which class we should put the main program. Ultimately the program execution starts from the main program, so we need to identify in which class we need to place the main function. So for that we are separating that class as main program class. So in this we are having some predefined variables, and then this is this constructors. these all are for constructors. First we are creating teaching staff, technical staff, and then contract staffs. The number should be 3. That means the maximum of staff you can create here is 3. It depends on this size. If you use 5, up to 5 staffs. That means if you add 5 here, you can create 5 technical staff, 5 teaching staff, and 5 contract staff. That's what you should careful while giving these numbers. So if it is 3, I can have 3 staff numbers, and then so it will ask system enter the number of staff. How many number of staff you need to add in your program? So that number will be stored in n variable, and for that n value, so it will use for teaching staff details. First it will ask for teaching staff details, and then technical staff details here, technical staff details, and then contract details. After that we will print all those details separatingly for teaching, technical, and contracts. So let me show you the execution process of this. So I will close this. I used the gedit. So use java c command 2a.java. So there are no errors. Let us to execute it, we need to know the classes. So let us find out what are the classes are present. You can see here 2a java is there, contract class is there, staff class is there, technical class is there, main program class is there, and teaching class is also present. But if you want to execute the program, you need to use this main program class, because the main function is present in this class. Of course we have other class also, like staff, technical, and teaching, contract class. They are belonging to the program, but they are not containing the main function which supports the execution of the program, right? So I use that main program class. So java main program. So it will ask you to enter the number of staff. So we will use 2. Enter the first teaching details. It asks first domain, then publication, then ID, phone number, name, and salary. So I will use domain as big data. Next, publications, data, then ID, so 23, phone number 6666, then name Basu, and then salary. I'll use some random salary. Enter second teaching details. Again I should use domain testing. Again use the same publication. Salary. So I need to enter technical details. ID. So I use ID some 45. Skill, I should use first skill. Technician. Then ID so 45. Phone number. I guess some random number here. Name. Salary. Enter second technical. So designer. 32. And phone number I will use 666. Then Ramesh. Again contract. So you need to add all those 3 categories of classes to staff, because I entered the number of staff as 2. Okay, first I need to enter 2 per period, then ID 67, the phone number 777, so name, and salary. So while entering the details, you please enter in the new line each details. For example, I entered here 2 as the details for period, and then for 67 should be the ID. That's why I entered in the next line. So every time you will enter the new data, it should be present in a new line. So make sure that you will enter in the new line. So I will enter the second contract details. So ID, the first one is the period, so it is 9, and then ID is 87. So phone number is, I'll give 4545 random numbers. Okay, it is exceeding that numbers, so I'll again enter only one. So one details, domain, and use big data. Publication I use Tata. ID is 56. Phone number is 89898. So next, name Basu. Salary some 44, some random numbers. Okay, salary is over. Technical number. First skills, I'll use technician. Otherwise I use designer. ID some 34, phone number 85. So you should not give more than 8 or 7 digits. That's why I got the error here. That's why I am using less numbers for phone numbers. I use name as Danush, and then salary some 56,235. So contact details, I will use 5 for period, then ID as 99, phone number as 989819. So name as Anumant, and then salary as some 45,980. So you can see the complete details what I have entered. So the name, the last, I'll maximize this. First, technical details, skill. These are the details I've entered. So those you will get it here. Teaching 1 details. Domain is big data, publication is Tata, ID is equal to 56, and so on. So this is about the execution of 2A program.